The night of October 17th will be remembered as one of the most thrilling moments in baseball this postseason, a night when Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Dodgers officially punched their ticket to the World Series. It was a night filled with heart-stopping moments, unexpected heroes, and the roar of fans that echoed through every ballpark. From Los Angeles to Seattle, the drama of October baseball reached its peak. And yes, the Mariners also pulled off a massive victory that sent waves through the entire league. Shohei Ohtani's performance stood at the center of it all. Ever since joining the Dodgers, every postseason game has felt like a stage built just for him. On this night, Ohtani showed why he's the most captivating player in the world. His energy, his discipline at the plate, and his ability to perform when the lights shine brightest reminded everyone that this is not just another superstar, this is a generational phenomenon rewriting baseball history. Fans filled Dodger Stadium hours before the game, many waving Japanese flags, chanting, "MVP. MVP." As Ohtani took batting practice. The Dodgers faced a fierce opponent in the National League Championship Series. The Cleveland Guardians had fought tooth and nail to make it this far, led by young talents like Andrés Giménez, who had been on fire all week. But as the first pitch crossed home plate, the atmosphere made one thing clear: this was Ohtani's night. Every swing, every glance from the mound, every moment he stepped into the box carried the weight of destiny. You could feel it. Early in the game, the Guardians struck first with a sharp double down the left field line. The Dodgers, however, didn't flinch. The bottom of the second inning turned into a turning point. Ohtani ripped a line drive double into the gap, bringing the fans to their feet. It wasn't just a hit, it was the spark the Dodgers needed. The energy in the stadium shifted instantly, and from that moment, the Dodgers never looked back. Freddie Freeman followed with a towering home run that sent the crowd into chaos. Mookie Betts was jumping near the dugout, hyping up every teammate. You could feel the chemistry and unity of this team, a group that has battled through injuries, media pressure, and high expectations, all for a moment like this. By the fifth inning, the Dodgers led 5-2, and the Guardians were struggling to find momentum. Meanwhile, the Mariners had their own story unfolding. In Seattle, the crowd at T-Mobile Park was witnessing something special. The Mariners were fighting to stay alive, facing elimination against the Houston Astros. The pressure was suffocating, but the young Mariners refused to fold. Julio Rodriguez, the face of Seattle baseball, put on a show for the ages. His home run in the bottom of the sixth inning electrified the entire city. The crowd's roar could be heard miles away. Back in Los Angeles, Ohtani wasn't done. In the seventh inning, he stepped to the plate again with runners on base. The count ran full, and the tension was unbearable. Then, crack. The sound of the bat echoed through the stadium as the ball sailed deep into right field. It was gone. A two-run homer that sealed the deal. The fans erupted. Ohtani raised his arms as he rounded first base, a smile breaking across his face. The Dodgers dugout emptied, greeting him like a hero returning from battle. By the ninth inning, the Dodgers were on the brink of history. The Guardians tried to rally, but the bullpen, led by young Japanese sensation Roki Sasaki, shut the door. Sasaki's fastball hit 101 miles per hour, and each pitch drew gasps from the crowd. When the final out was recorded, Dodger Stadium exploded in celebration. Fireworks lit up the sky, blue and white confetti filled the air, and Ohtani stood in the middle of it all, waving to fans with tears in his eyes. The Dodgers were going to the World Series. In Seattle, the Mariners finished off their own statement win. It wasn't enough to advance yet, but it kept their season alive, and the way they did it made everyone believe again. Cal Raleigh's clutch double in the eighth inning gave them the lead, and their bullpen slammed the door shut. The players hugged, screamed, and jumped on the field, knowing they had just bought themselves another game. It was the kind of gritty, emotional victory that defines October baseball. As the cameras switched between the celebration in Los Angeles and the fireworks in Seattle, baseball fans everywhere felt the magnitude of this night. It wasn't just about wins and losses, it was about stories. Shohei Ohtani, the Japanese icon who came to the U.S. to chase the biggest dream in baseball, now stood one step away from the ultimate prize. The Mariners, still chasing their first World Series appearance, showed the heart of a team that refuses to die. Fans online were going wild. Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube were flooded with highlight clips and fan reactions. Hashtags like #Ohtani to the World Series and #Mariners Magic trended worldwide. Japanese media broadcasted the Dodger Stadium celebration live, calling it a historic night for global baseball. In Tokyo, fans stayed up until sunrise watching every pitch, tears in their eyes as they saw their hero's dream come true. Ohtani had done what no Japanese player had ever done in such a commanding way. He had led his team to the World Series as the face of baseball. In the post-game interview, Ohtani was humble as always. He smiled softly and said, "It's not just me. Everyone played their part. I'm just grateful to be part of this team." Reporters tried to press him for emotional quotes, but Ohtani kept his calm. Yet behind that quiet voice, you could sense the emotion. He had carried enormous pressure all season, and now, the weight seemed to lift off his shoulders. Manager Dave Roberts couldn't hide his pride. "What Ohtani has done for this team is beyond words," he said. "He's a leader in every way, on the field, in the locker room, and in the city." The Dodgers players echoed that sentiment, showering Ohtani with praise as champagne rained down in the clubhouse. Betts poured a bottle over his head and shouted, "World Series, baby. Let's go." It was pure joy, the culmination of months of hard work and belief. Meanwhile, the Mariners players in Seattle celebrated quietly, aware that their journey wasn't over yet. "We're not done," Rodriguez said confidently. "We believe we can go all the way." The city of Seattle, long starved for October glory, could feel something special building again. Their resilience and young energy made them one of the most exciting teams to watch. Across sports networks, analysts broke down Ohtani's performance in awe. His combination of power, patience, and presence seemed almost supernatural. Even retired legends like Derek Jeter and Albert Pujols praised him live on TV. "We're witnessing history," Jeter said. "He's changing what we thought was possible in baseball." The conversation shifted from, "Is Ohtani great?" to, "Is Ohtani the greatest ever?" The Dodgers' road to the World Series wasn't easy. They battled through injuries, losing key players early in the season. They had cold streaks, heartbreaking losses, and constant scrutiny. But through it all, Ohtani stayed consistent. His leadership inspired his teammates to fight harder. And now, they stood as champions of the National League, ready to take on whoever came out of the American League side. Fans flooded the streets of Los Angeles after the win. Car horns blared, people waved flags, and chants of, "Let's go Dodgers," filled the night air. For a city that has always embraced its heroes, Ohtani had become more than a player. He was a symbol of hope, discipline, and global connection. Even fans who weren't Dodgers supporters found themselves cheering for him, appreciating the purity of his love for the game. As for the Mariners, their story continues. They may not have reached the World Series yet, but their grit, heart, and comeback spirit earned respect from everyone. They showed that baseball isn't just about big payrolls or superstars, it's about fight, belief, and passion. Their win on October 17 kept the dream alive, and they'll carry that energy into the next game. Now, the stage is set for an epic World Series. Ohtani's Dodgers versus the best from the American League. The anticipation is electric. Will Ohtani finally capture the ring that has eluded him? Will the Dodgers write another chapter in their storied history? And could the Mariners, against all odds, find a way to meet them on that grand stage? Baseball fans can only wait and dream. October baseball always delivers, but this night felt different. It felt like a turning point for the sport itself. Shohei Ohtani has transcended borders, language, and tradition to unite fans from every corner of the world. As the Dodgers prepare for the World Series, and the Mariners continue their fight, one thing is clear: the magic of this game is alive and stronger than ever. And October 17, 2025, will forever be remembered as the night baseball reminded everyone why we love it.